My name is Orly. I am 38 years old. I work in an office. I am a senior analyst. My life is very simple. I like order, I like silence. I like rules. Every morning is the same. I wake up at 6. I make coffee, black coffee. No sugar, no milk. I drink it slowly. Then I take the subway to work. The subway is quiet in the morning. I like that. I don't talk to anyone. I read my book. I arrive at the office at 8. My desk is always clean. Everything has a place. My pens are in a line. My papers are in folders. I like it this way. Order makes me calm. Chaos makes me angry. I eat lunch alone. I bring food from home. I sit at my desk. I don't go to the cafeteria. Other people talk too much there. They laugh. They waste time. I don't need that. I need to work. Work is important. Work is safe. I don't need love. That's what I tell myself. Love is messy. Love is unpredictable. I had love once. It hurt me. Now I want stability. Stability is better than love. But there is a problem in my office. His name is Jethro. He is 35 years old. He is loud. He is messy. His desk is always full of papers. Coffee cups sit everywhere. Candy wrappers cover the floor. It annoys me. Jethro is always laughing. He tells jokes. People gather around his desk. They laugh with him. He is charming. Everyone likes him. Men want to be his friend. I think he is unprofessional. We are here to work, not to play, not to flirt. Every morning I hear him. He arrives at 9. He is always late. He says hello to everyone. He is so loud. Good morning. Everyone, he shouts. People smile. They say good morning back. I keep working. I ignore him. One day we had a meeting. Everyone was there. The boss talked about a new project. It was important. We needed to listen. But Jethro made a joke. People laughed. I didn't laugh. I was angry. He looked at me. He smiled. He tried to make me laugh too. Come on, Orly, he said. Smile a little. I looked at him. I didn't smile. We are here to work, Jethro, I said. My voice was cold. The room went quiet. People looked down. Jethro's smile disappeared. I felt good. I felt superior. I won. After the meeting, I went to my desk. I worked. I forgot about Jethro, but he didn't forget about me. The next day, something changed. Jethro was different. He didn't laugh so much near me. He didn't tell jokes when I was there. He was quiet. It was strange. Then he did something stranger. He brought me a pen, not just any pen, my favorite blue pen. But he found one. He put it on my desk. He didn't say anything. He just walked away. I looked at the pen. How did he know I was suspicious? What did he want? A few days later, he brought me clips, the small silver ones. I like those. Again, he didn't speak. He just left them on my desk. Every day, he brought something small. Sticky notes, staples, a new notebook. Things I liked, things I needed, but I never asked for them. How did he know? He was quiet when I was near. He stopped being loud. He stopped joking around me. It was like he became a different person. I didn't understand. Why was he doing this? Was this a trick? Did he want something from me? But something else happened too. I started to notice him. Not just as the loud, annoying man, but as someone else. I noticed when he came. In each morning, I noticed when he left, I noticed his voice when he talked. Quietly to other people, he was kind, not loud. Not fake, I was confused. Jethro confused me, this feeling. Confused me. I didn't like confusion, I liked order. I liked control, but control was slipping away and I didn't know why. One night I stayed late at work. This was normal for me. I always worked late. The office was empty. Everyone went home at 5, but I stayed. I liked the quiet. I was at my desk. I read reports, I checked numbers, then I heard a sound. Someone else was there. I looked up, it was Jethro. He sat at his desk. He was working, really working, not on his phone, not playing games. He typed on his computer. His face looked serious. I had never seen him like this. He looked up, he saw me watching, he smiled a little. You work late too, he asked. Yes, I said, every night. He stood up. He walked to the kitchen. A few minutes later he came back. He had a cup in his hand. He put it on my desk. I made tea, he said. You don't like coffee? I stared at the cup. Tea. He was right, I hated coffee. But I never told anyone that. How did he know? Thank you, I said quietly. We worked in silence, but it was a different silence. It was comfortable. After an hour he spoke. Why do you work so much? He asked. I didn't answer at first. No one ever asked me that. I like work, I said. It's safe. Safe from what? He asked. His voice was gentle, not joking, not loud, just kind. I looked at him. Maybe it was the late hour. Maybe it was the empty office. Maybe I was just tired of being alone. I was married once. I said he left me. He said I was too cold, too boring. Maybe he was right. Jethro shook his head. He was wrong. He said, you're not boring. You're careful. I didn't know what to say, so I drank my tea. And we worked together until midnight. After that night, things changed. The next day, Jethro fixed my printer. It always jammed. I always got angry. But he fixed it. He didn't make jokes. He just helped. A few days later, it rained. I stayed late again. When I left, Jethro was waiting. I'll walk with you, he said. It's dark. I wanted to say no. I wanted to say I was fine alone, but I didn't. We walked to the parking lot together. The rain fell softly. We didn't talk much, but it felt good. Not alone. This happened again and again. Every night I worked late, he was there. He brought tea. He walked me to my car. He asked about my day. He listened, really listened. One day my sister came to my desk. Her name is Alina. She is 45. She is a senior VP. She is important. She is also controlling. Who is that man? She asked. She pointed at Jethro, a coworker, I said. His name is Jethro. Alina's eyes narrowed. I see him with you, she said. Are you friends? I felt defensive. Maybe I said, he is nice to me. Nice. Alina repeated. He's a good person, I said. You don't know him. Alina looked surprised. I never defended anyone. I never argued with her, but I was defending Jethro now. She studied my face. Then she smiled. It was a strange smile. Just be careful, she said again. Then she walked away. The weeks passed. I counted them without meaning to. 20 days, 25 days. 29 days. Why was I counting? Then came the company dinner. Everyone had to go. I usually hated these events. Too many people, too much noise, but this time was different. I bought a new dress, a blue one. I never wore dresses. To work events, I always wore suits, black suits, safe suits. But that night, I wore the blue dress. I did my hair. I put on lipstick. When I looked in the mirror, I barely recognized myself. I looked alive. I walked into the restaurant. People were already there. They talked and laughed. I looked for a quiet corner. Then I saw Jethro. He saw me too. He stopped talking. He just stared. His eyes went wide. He smiled. Not his usual big smile. A soft smile. A real smile. He walked over to me. You look beautiful, he said. His voice was low. Just for me. Thank you, I whispered. We sat together at dinner. We talked. We laughed. I laughed. When was the last time I laughed? After dinner, people went outside. Jethro and I walked to the garden. The night was cool. Stars filled the sky. We stood under a tree. He looked at me. Orally, he said, I want to tell you something. My heart beat fast. What? I asked. He stepped closer. Very close. I could smell his cologne. I could see his eyes. They were warm. They were kind, but someone called his name. The moment broke. He stepped back. I'll tell you tomorrow, he said. I nodded. I couldn't speak. My hands shook. My heart raced. For the first time in years, I felt alive. For the first time in years, I felt hope. And that scared me more than anything. The next morning was day 30. I didn't know why I counted, but I did. 30 days since Jethro changed. 30 days since he became quiet around me. 30 days since everything shifted. I arrived at work early. I made my desk perfect. I checked my hair and my phone. Why was I doing this? I felt nervous. I felt excited. I felt like a teenager. At 10:00, Jethro came to my desk. He looked nervous, too. His hands moved in his pockets. He looked at the floor. Then he looked at me. Orally, he said, can I ask you something? My heart beat fast. Yes, I said. Will you have dinner with me? He asked. Tonight. Not work dinner, just us. I smiled. I couldn't stop myself. Yes, I said I would like that. His face lit up. He smiled so wide. Really? He asked. Yes, really, I said. 7:00, he asked. I'll pick you up. Okay, I said. He walked away, but he kept looking back. He kept smiling. I smiled too. I felt giddy. I felt happy. When was the last time I felt happy? The day went slowly. I couldn't focus. I read the same report 3 times. I thought about what to wear. I thought about what to say. I felt young again. I felt beautiful. At 5:00, people started leaving. I stayed at my desk. I had 30 minutes before going home. I needed to get my bag from the break room. I walked down the hall. I heard voices in the break room. Loud voices, laughing voices. Men's voices. I stopped outside the door. I heard Jethro's name. Jethro, you're the man, someone said. I moved closer. I stood by the door. I listened. You did it, man, another voice said. The ice queen melted. 30 days exactly. You win. Happy laughter. My blood turned cold. Ice queen, 30 days, you win. I can't believe you pulled it off, someone said. She actually said yes to dinner. More laughter. I couldn't breathe. The room spun. This was a game. A bet I was a bet. 30 days. To make me fall. 30 days to melt the ice queen. And he won. I pushed the door open. The room went silent. 3 men stood there. Jethro was one of them, his face changed when he saw me. His smile disappeared. His eyes went wide. Orally, he said, he stepped toward me. He reached out his hand. I stepped back. Don't, I said. My voice was ice. Colder than before. Colder than ever. Orally, let me explain, he said. I looked at the other men. They looked at the floor. They said nothing, cowards. I looked back at Jethro. Congratulations, Jethro, I said, you won. No, wait, he started, but I turned around. I walked away. I walked fast. I didn't run. I wouldn't run, not in front of them. I walked down the hall. I walked past my desk. I grabbed my bag. I kept walking orally. Jethro called behind me. Please, I didn't stop. I pushed through the front door. I walked to the parking lot, then I ran. I ran to my car. I got inside. I locked the doors. I sat there. I waited for tears, but they didn't come. I just sat. I stared at the steering wheel. I felt nothing, nothing at all. Then nothing became something. Shame, hot, burning shame. I was so stupid. How could I believe him? How could I think a man like Jethro would want me? He was young, he was handsome. He was charming, I was old. I was boring, I was cold. Everyone said so. Even my ex-husband said so. Of course this was a game. Of course this was a bet. Men like him don't love women like me. They trick women like me. They laugh at women like me. I thought about the tea, the walks to my car, the quiet conversations, all lies, all performance, all for the bet. I thought about the blue dress, the lipstick, the hope. What a fool I was. I should have known. I always knew better. Love was messy. Love was dangerous. Love was for other people, not for me. I started my car. I drove home. I didn't cry. I just drove. When I got home, I took off the blue dress. I put it in the trash. I washed my face. I sat on my bed. The apartment was silent. Just like before. Before Jethro, before hope, before everything shattered, and I realized something. Silence wasn't peace. It was just empty. And I was empty, too. I didn't go to work the next day. I called in sick. I never called in sick, but I couldn't face that office. I couldn't face him. I stayed in my apartment. I cleaned. My apartment was already clean, but I cleaned it again. I scrubbed the kitchen. I washed the floors. I organized my closet. I needed to do something. I needed to not think, but cleaning didn't help. My mind kept going back to the break room, back to the laughter, back to his face when he saw me. I tried to delete him from my thoughts. I tried to forget the tea, the walks, the quiet nights at the office, but I couldn't. Every memory burned. On the second day, someone knocked on my door. I looked through the peephole. It was Jethro. I stepped away from the door. I didn't open it. Orally, he called. I know you're there. Please open the door. I said nothing. I just stood there. He knocked again. Please, he said. Let me explain. I didn't move. He kept knocking for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. An hour. My neighbors would complain soon. I walked to the door. I unlocked it. I opened it just a little. Leave, I said. He looked terrible. His eyes were red. His hair was messy. His shirt was wrinkled. Please, he said, just listen. No. I said, go away. I tried to close the door. He put his hand against it. 5 minutes, he said. Give me 5 minutes. I stared at him. I wanted to slam the door. I wanted to scream, but part of me wanted to hear him. That part made me angry. Fine, I said. 5 minutes. But you stay outside. He nodded. I stepped into the hallway. I crossed my arms. I looked at him with cold eyes. Talk, I said. He took a breath. Yes, he said. There was a bet. I'm not going to lie about that. The words hit me like ice, so it was true, all of it. I was an idiot, he continued. I wanted to prove something. I wanted to prove I could charm anyone, even the Ice Queen. I flinched at those words. Ice Queen. That's what they called me. That's what I was to them. But orally, he said. His voice shook. That was day one, only day one. It doesn't matter, I said. Yes, it does, he said. By day 10, I stopped thinking about it. Scared, I asked. My voice was sharp. Yes, he said. Scared because I was falling for you, really falling, not pretending. Not acting. Lies are easy for you, Jethro, I said. I'm not lying, he said. He stepped closer, I stepped back. By day 30, I forgot the bed existed, he said. I forgot until they reminded me. Until they congratulated me. I didn't want their congratulations. I wanted you. Stop, I said. My voice cracked. I hated that it cracked. I know you don't believe me, he said. I understand why, but everything after day 5 was real. The tea was real, the walks were real, my feelings are real. I looked at him. I wanted to believe him, but trust was broken. Once broken, it couldn't be fixed, even if. That's true, I said. You still started with a lie. You still made me a joke. You still let your friends laugh at me. I know, he said quietly. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Sorry doesn't fix this, I said. Leave. Jethro, he looked desperate. Please, he said. Give me a chance. No, I said I gave you 30 days. That was enough. I turned to go inside. Then he spoke again. His voice was different, harder. Ask your sister who proposed the bet. Orally, I stopped. I turned around slowly. What? I asked. Ask Alina, he said. Ask her who started it. Ask her why she picked me. My heart went cold. What are you talking about? I asked. Just ask her, he said. Ask her why she wanted you to get hurt. I stared at him. You're lying, I said. Am I? He asked. Ask her. He turned and walked away. I stood in the hallway. My mind raced. Alina, my sister. No, that couldn't be true. But doubt crept in. I remembered her questions, her strange smile, her warnings. I went back inside. I closed the door. I leaned against it. Was Jethro lying? Was this another trick? Or was there something I didn't know? Something about my own sister? I needed to find out. I needed to know the truth, all of it. The next morning, I went to work. I went straight to Alina's office. My sister was a senior VP. Her office was on the top floor. Big windows, expensive furniture, everything perfect just like her. Alina sat at her desk. She wore a gray suit. Her hair was pulled back tight. She looked powerful. She looked successful. She looked in control. She saw me enter. She smiled. Orally, she said, "You're back. Are you feeling better?" I closed the door behind me. I stood in front of her desk. I need to Ask you something, I said. Of course, she said. She folded her hands, she looked calm. Did you start the bet? I asked, my voice shook. The bet about me. And Jethro. Alina's smile didn't change. She didn't look surprised. She didn't look guilty. She just looked at me. Yes, she said simply. The room spun. I grabbed the chair. I sat down hard. Why? I whispered. Alina leaned back in her chair. I saw you smiling. I saw you changing. So I asked, what's wrong with that? Everything. Alina said. Her voice was sharp. Now you have a career orally, you have potential. You don't need some office player. You hurt me. I said you knew I would get hurt. Yes, Alina said. She didn't apologize. I wanted to prove Jethro was trash. Men like him always are. I stared at her. You set him up, I said. You made him make the bet, I suggested. It, Alina said. I told him you were impossible to charm. I knew his ego would accept, and I was right. You wanted me to suffer. I said, no, Alina said. I wanted you to wake up. I wanted you to stop wasting time. I wanted you to focus on what? I asked. On work. Yes. Alina said. On building something real, not chasing romance like a child. I looked at my sister, really looked at her, her perfect hair. And I saw the truth. She was alone. She had no one, no husband, no boyfriend, no friends, just work, just success, just emptiness. And she wanted me to be the same. You did this for your own good, Alina said. He isn't on our level. We are better than men like him. Our level, I repeated. My voice got stronger. What level is that? Lonely, cold, empty, careful, orally, she said. No, I said. I stood up. I won't be careful anymore. You made me afraid of everything. Afraid of love, afraid of feeling, afraid of being human. I made you strong. Alina said. You made me a prisoner. I said. You built a cage around me. You called it protection, but it was control. Alina stood up too. I'm your sister. She said. I know what's best for you. No, I said. You know what's best for you. You want me to be like you. Alone, unhappy, safe from nothing because you feel nothing. You're being dramatic, Alina said. Maybe, I said, but I'm also done. Done. With what? Alina asked. Done with this, I said. I looked around her office. Done with letting you control me. Done with being who you want me to be. I walked to the door. I turned back. I'm requesting a transfer, I said, to a different department, far from you. Alina's face changed. For the first time, she looked shocked. You can't, she said. Yes, I can, I said, and I will orally think about your future. I am thinking about my future, I said. A future where I make my own choices. Future where I'm not your shadow. If you walk out, you're on your own. Alina said. Her voice was ice. I won't help you anymore. I looked at her one last time. Good, I said. I don't want your help. I walked out. I closed the door. I walked down the hall. My legs shook. My hands trembled, but I kept walking. I went to human resources. I filled out the transfer form. I gave them my reasons. They looked surprised, but they accepted it. The air was fresh. I took a deep breath. For years, I lived in a cage. I thought it was safety. I thought it was strength, but it was just fear. Fear wrapped in rules. Fear wrapped in order. Fear wrapped in my sister's voice. Now the cage was open. I was free and I was terrified. I found Jethro at a coffee shop, not the one near our office. A different one, a quiet one. He sat by the window. He looked tired, he looked sad. I walked over to his table. He looked up. His eyes went wide. "Can I sit?" I asked. "Yes," he said quickly. "Please." I sat down. Across from him, not next to him, across. There was space between us. That felt right. "I talked to Alina," I said. He nodded. He waited. "You were right," I said. "She started the bet. She wanted me to get hurt. She wanted to control me." "I'm sorry," he said. "Don't apologize for her," I said. "She made her choices. You made yours too." He looked down. "I know," he said. "I agreed to the bet. That was my choice. That was wrong." "Yes," I said, "it was." We sat in silence. The coffee shop was warm. People talked around us, but we were quiet. "I quit my job," Jethro said suddenly. I looked at him. "What?" I asked. "Yesterday," he said. "I quit. Not after what happened, not in that environment." "You didn't have to do that," I said. "Yes, I did," he said. "Those men were my friends. But they weren't good friends. They made that bet entertainment. They made you a joke. I can't be around people like that." He reached into his bag. He pulled out a small notebook. He put it on the table. "I asked a journal," he said. "When I realized the bet was wrong. When I realized I liked you, really liked you." I opened it. I saw his handwriting. I saw dates. I saw my name. I read a few lines. "She brought her own lunch today. She eats so carefully, like everything matters. I think everything does matter to her." I read another entry. "She smiled today." It was small, but it was real. I want to see that smile again. My throat felt tight. I closed the notebook. I put it down. "It's the truth, all of it." I looked at him. His eyes were honest. They were tired, but they were honest. "I believe you," I said quietly. "You do?" he asked. "Yes," I said, "but that doesn't fix everything." "You hurt me," I said. "You lied. Even if it was just at first. Even if you changed, it still hurt." "I know," he said again. "I'm sorry. I will always be sorry for that." I took a breath. "I want to see if this is real." Hope filled his face. "Really?" he asked. "Yes." I said, "But on my terms, anything." He said, "We don't start from day 31. I said, "We start from day one. Real day one. No history, no bet, no lies, just us." He nodded. "I need slow." "I can do slow," he said. I stood up. He stood up too. "Let's walk," I said. We left the coffee shop together. We walked down the street. The sun was setting. The sky was orange and pink. We didn't hold hands, not yet. But we walked side by side, close but not touching. "Where are we going?" Jethro asked. "I don't know," I said. "Let's just walk." So we did. We walked through the park. We talked about small things. The weather, his new job search, my transfer request. It felt normal. It felt real. It felt like a beginning. I wasn't the ice queen anymore. I wasn't cold. I wasn't alone. I was just orally a woman learning to trust again. A woman learning to hope again. And beside me walked Jethro. Not perfect. Not a prince, just a man who made mistakes. A man who was trying. Maybe that was enough. Maybe trying was always enough. We walked until the stars came out, and for the first time in years I wasn't afraid of tomorrow. I hope this Story stayed with you, even after the last sentence. If it did, please show your love by clicking like. This tiny action tells the system that this story is helpful for other learners. Share the video with a friend who enjoys slow, soft English, and please subscribe to Cavico English Storytime. When you subscribe and turn on the bell, you will always know when a new story is ready. Your support is the reason this channel can continue creating warm, easy English stories for